All right, Siegel, the granddaddy of them all, the marquee event in Maryland on Saturday is the Grade 1 $1.5 million ExpressBet.com Preakness Stakes. This is the 140th running, and American Pharoah looking for another win.
Well, he's looking for it from the rail, and I know that there are some people who are concerned about the rail post. Bob Baffert not exactly thrilled with the draw, especially since he's drawn right next door to Dortmund with Mr. Z outside of both of them. So if American Pharoah misses the break or does something wrong at the start and gets behind horses, it might impact the race. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think he'll break fine, and I don't know whether Espinoza is going to send him and Marty Garcia is going to take back, or they're going to look at each other and say, you first and I'll take back, or they're just going to go at each other's throats. So the first eighth of a mile, first quarter of a mile is going to really be interesting. When the dust settles, I really do think American Pharoah will win. I am of the opinion that he might have actually been a tad short in the Kentucky Derby. Now, I know he had two preps leading into the race, but in neither one of those races in Arkansas did he really have to extend himself. And he had to extend himself in Kentucky. There's no question about that with that wide trip, and he was fully extended. But I think that's going to tighten him up. And I think you're going to see an even better version of American Pharoah in the Preakness. Dortmund, I think we saw what he's capable of doing. I don't know if there's a lot more upside to him. He'll run his race. He's a good racehorse. As for Firing Line, drawn outside with Gary Stevens, he can kind of drop in, stalk, and make his move. And he certainly has a right to step forward as well. But I think American Pharoah moves on. I think he wins the Preakness, and I think he takes another step towards the Triple Crown, and he's my single.
It's hard to believe. Before the post draw for the Preakness, I thought, does the draw really matter? There's only 8 horses. I think the draw did matter here, and I'll tell you why. American Pharoah's 2 wins from off the pace, when he didn't make the lead, were stalking trips in the clear outside of horses. I've never seen him rate covered up behind horses inside. So that's one of 2 things. He's either going to have to rate behind horses covered up inside, which he's never done and won, or he's ascend. And I'm not saying that's a bad idea. Maybe he is ascend from the inside. Maybe he's quicker than Dortmund, and maybe he's simply the best horse and he can run them all off their feet. But the post draw is enough concern for me with Dortmund right to his outside and Mr. Z, who's got speed if they want to use it right to Dortmund's outside, to use the big 3. The top 3 that came back from the Derby for pick 4 purposes. American Pharoah, the horse to beat. Dortmund, I don't know. He's the 3rd of the 3 for me. Firing Line, I think, took the best of the post draw. He's drawn beautifully outside. He's got enough tactical speed to be involved in the race early, and he can finish. I thought he ran lights out in the Kentucky Derby, and you could argue he can move forward with less time between races than there was from that Sunland Park prep for Kentucky. So I use the big 3 because my ticket's only $36. I can go American Pharoah, Dortmund, and Firing Line and feel like I have that pick 4 locked up. If you want to single American Pharoah, I think he is the one to single.
Well, my ticket's $9. So, you know, I could throw in a couple of others as well. Mine's a base ticket, Aaron, and I certainly invite anybody out there who's listening and watching us to add or subtract. These are our tickets, but if you want to throw in any kind of long shot, even a blowout horse like Divining Rod, who knows? He's maybe capable of stepping forward as well. But it's a great race to watch, a great race to enjoy. The ExpressBet.com Preakness Stakes goes as the 13th on the program.
And if you're not lucky enough to join the race fans at Pimlico, which is, by the way, the best party and my favorite leg of the Triple Crown, where can you bet all these races, Jeff?
ExpressBet.com.
It's the ExpressBet.com Preakness Stakes. Final leg, the $1.5 million guaranteed late pick 4.